Mitchell.
Alrighty folks, welcome back to another installment of PlanetHoax.com. Well, Examiner had a little bit of an article on the 17th by Mark Whittington. Hillary Clinton calls for Australia-style gun confiscation, calling it buyback. I can hear crickets in the background. Can you people hear crickets? I hear crickets. Okay, we all know that it doesn't matter what you're going to name it. It's confiscation. Confiscation is against constitutional law. Now, where she's coming up with this idea that you can confiscate our firearms and get away with it is another thing in itself. Let's go to the article. Alrighty, folks, let's get to the meat of this article. When President Obama called for the politicalization of the latest mass shooting in Oregon as a way to press for, quote, common sense gun safety laws, unquote. He mentioned, in passing, Australia as an example of a country that had accomplished that thing. Friday, Hillary Clinton cited Australia's buyback program as something that should be looked into. If you're a tyrannical government, I think that should be something you look into, right? What neither politician has mentioned, but what Hot Air did, go to their article and look, was that Australia confiscated privately owned firearms, only providing compensation to sweeten the deal. Look, folks, it's just like this article says. Liberals have traditionally claimed that when they push for gun control, they're not advocating taking arms away from people. Okay, you read that? That's circular reasoning. Kind of like evolution, it's circular reasoning. They date the fossils with the strata, they date the strata by the fossils, they don't know which end is up. Indeed, the Second Amendment of the United States Constitution forbids such a move. In any case, of course, we all know how Obama is and lives. They think they're above the Constitution. In any case, if politicians wanted to spark an armed insurrection and mass civil disobedience, they might want to try sending police door to door to collect privately held firearms. Good luck with that. Really, good luck with that. While the current president and the woman who would be president, they've already got her in the bag, it sounds like. I think you should say hope to be, taking such an extreme stance on gun control, I'll bet obliquely. Hot Air speculated that Democrat voters have shifted to the left on the issue, while Americans in general oppose attempts to restrict the ownership of firearms, not to speak of forbidding it. See, most of America wants their God-given rights. Okay? These liberals want to take them away. Duh. Okay. If Hillary Clinton is making a play for Democratic voters moving to the left of Bernie Sanders, who, coming from a rural state, is somehow moderate on the issue, she is playing a dangerous game. Along with her fake accent and her fake smile and all her lies from Troopergate to Benghazi, people. The attack ads for the general election write themselves. Hillary Clinton wants to take your guns away and leave you vulnerable to criminals who will no more respect the law against owning guns than they do against the laws of rape, robbery, and murder. Just like everybody else, huh? It's the same game, people. It's the same game. Liberal technocrats want what they want, and they'll get it however they want it. Damn high water and hell, they will do it, regardless of the law. But they want you to suck it up, bend over, and take it. Again, Hillary Clinton wants to take your guns away and leave you vulnerable to criminals who will no more respect laws against owning guns than they do against rape, robbery, and murder. How many times does this need to be repeated till some of you idiots out there who think that guns are bad, can understand anything? Let's move on. Alrighty, folks, here's a graph that will make more sense to some of you, except for you liberal folk out there, of course, who have no idea. Violent crime rate versus number of privately owned firearms. As you see, here in 1981, the number of privately owned firearms was just above 152 million. That's through the whole United States. The crime rate was well over that. It's over 600, 600%. I guess this is the percentage rate. I don't know. Anyway, as you can see, it's sitting right here. When we started getting, more people started buying guns, crime rate started going down. Then everybody started saying, oh look, if you notice the dates on this, 81, 82, 83, 84, it levels off after Reagan, pretty much. Then it starts going back up again because, well, Democrat situation going on. Peaks around 1991, 1990, right during the Gulf War. Privately ownership of firearms started going up a little bit. It kept steadily going up. It's been steadily going up. And guess what's happened to the crime rate? It's dropped like a rock. And it looks like here in the last couple of years, after more of these states have started getting open carry involved, it looks like it's even dropped even farther. And I think this is going to continue on a downtrend, folks, until we get, right about here somewhere in the next, of course, this is just 2007. Didn't notice that before. But, hey, here we are, 2015. I imagine it's somewhere here. Maybe lower, you think? At any rate, you see the situation here. Violent crime rate versus number of privately owned firearms. More people got guns, less likely people were to come and do violent crime to them. It's statistically observant. It's a dove factor, folks. If you've got a gun, a criminal will leave you alone, more than likely. Duh. Never say they won't leave you alone, but they'd be less likely to mess with you. Duh. If they're not even certain you have a gun on you or in your home, old grandma with her little double-barrel shotgun standing at the end of the hallway in a dark, dark hallway when some intruder with a ski mask walks around the corner. Think about it. Let's move on and look at another graph. Here's one through our U.S. Census Bureau. You can check this out on gunfacts.info. Look here. Concealed weapon carry, population coverage, violent crime, murder and manslaughter, forcible rape, robbery, aggressive assault. Once people started carrying guns, folks, guess what? Violent crime going down. Gee, You really think so? Look, this one goes to 2012. The other one went to 2000. Here it is here. See, it's kept going downhill. It's a 49% reduction. Oh my God, look, liberals. Robbery. First they couldn't understand it, couldn't believe it. Now they found out, no, oh my God, we're going to get killed. Now it's 52% reduction. Forcible rape. Oh, when they first started with concealed weapon carry. Oh yeah, they didn't believe it. And then for a little while there, it handled them for a couple of years, you know. Then, whoa, look what's going on here, folks. Downhill. Gee, I wonder why, liberal. I wonder why. A 37% reduction. Wonder how that's going on, how that happened. Murder and manslaughter. Here you go. It's running right along there. 59% reduction. 59%. Look here. Wow. Violent crime rate. 45% reduction. Okay. Please, someone out there who thinks they're smarter than everybody else, explain to me this. Come on. Let's use our noodle here, folks. Huh? Right here, it is the gun not committing the crime. It's protecting. Look at this. Flat line, look. I mean, come on. Oh no, we can't have guns. They're scary. I'm sure they are. Scary to those that want to commit the crime. And here is the big daddy of them all. Gun control stats compared by the 10 big killers in the United States. Tobacco use is the whopping #1 killer in the United States. 529,000 deaths per year. Medical errors, you know, going in for procedures you probably don't really need, like a nip and tuck and things of that nature, or just pure stupidity on a doctor's part or a nurse's part. 195,000. Look, unintentional injuries, like slipping and falling over stuff, you slipping off your porch, who knows, accidental death, you know, 118,021. Alcohol abuse. I imagine this should be up there, you know, probably part of this would be part of the motor vehicle accidents. As you can see, it's 107,400. Motor vehicle accidents, only 33,485 deaths average per year. Look at this. Unintentional poisoning. That could be anything, maybe Drano. Someone's actually drink Drano. I mean, I don't know. But unintentional poisoning. That may be food poisoning involved in this, you know, just whatever. Someone baked something with something put in, like Drano, like I said. 31,758. Drug abuse. I would figure this would be higher myself. Only 25,500 on average would die per year. Unintentional falls. 24,792. Non-firearm homicides, 16,799. Might as well just say 17,000. According to the FBI, the #1 weapon used in violent crime is a baseball bat. Baseball bat. So why is there no outcry to restrict baseball bat ownership, folks? Think about it. Think about it. Maybe because so many law-abiding citizens enjoy themselves safely for a sport? Well, a lot of people go shoot guns safely for a sport also. And look, firearm homicides are only 11,400 493, and I guarantee you school shootings are involved in that statistic on average. So what's the danger here, folks? I think your stupid tobacco use and getting you little nip tucks, all you liberals out there, I think you're more inclined to get hurt from that. Where's the outcry? Why, we need to outlaw medical errors. Oh, can't have that. I need my damn hair put back on my head, or, ooh, I need that wrinkle taken out of my face. I may die. I want that wrinkle gone. Oh, I don't want to be protected by a gun because it might go off. Goodness gracious. You cannot deny this statistic. See the hypocrisy and the lies being perpetrated by our media, folks? See the problem? It's human error is more to blame for deaths in the United States than someone wielding a firearm intentionally trying to hurt somebody, or maybe even accidentally going off. And here to finish up a little bit on this video for this evening is the Breitbart Chicago Archbishop. Founding fathers could not have intended Second Amendment to apply today. What? Is he kidding us? I mean, come on, is he kidding? Let's work through this article real quick. It's by Hawkins. On October 10th, Chicago Archbishop Blaise Cupich suggested the Second Amendment was written for another time and place, and that America's founding fathers could never have envisioned the situation we find ourselves in now in the 21st century. Yes, they could. Yes, they did. They wrote about it. Read the Federalist Papers. You'll see for yourself they envisioned tyranny to take over the United States. They envisioned gun control problems. Anyway, let's move on through this. In light of this, Cupich called for reasonable gun control, including an assault weapons ban, which already exists in Chicago, but has done nothing to shield the innocent from death. He also indirectly referred to the Umpqua Community College shooting, seeking to have reasonable gun control spread from Chicago to the rest of the country. Well, they just say world at this point. Writing in the Chicago Tribune, he said, "Let's be honest, the Second Amendment was passed in an era when organized police forces were few and citizen militias were useful in maintaining the peace." Okay, people, our organized police forces don't help us until after a crime. What are we supposed to do as citizens between the time the police arrive and after the fact of the crime? Think about that one. Anyway, its original authors could not have anticipated a time when the weapons we have a right to bear now include military-grade assault weapons. I'm sure our founding fathers would have loved to have had these weapons we have today. It would have made their job a lot easier, and they could have got done with it a lot quicker. They'd have turned our streets into battlefields. Okay, if you remember earlier, you saw the graph, right? Baseball bats. It's more like a ball field. Anyway, then he quoted Pope Francis's call for an end to the weapon industry and said America's political leaders are mistaken if they believe those words were aimed at companies outside our borders. Are the Catholic priests now smoking wacky weed? I'm just wondering at this point. I really am. You know, where are we at here? A United States Conference of Catholic Bishops secured no results from Congress after calling for a more gun control in the wake of the attack on Sandy Hook Elementary. He said that the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops pushed for more controls as a way to usher in, quote, a culture of life and comfort and confront the culture of violence. We confront the culture of violence, people, by education. okay? You raise people right. You raise them up to believe in things. You know, like a constitution, a right to keep and bear arms. Anyway, perhaps he has not thought about the fact that the attack on Sandy Hook Elementary took place in an area with 100% gun control, a gun-free zone. They don't like to mention these things, people. They can't mention facts. Perhaps he has not thought about the fact that the attack on the Umpqua Community College took place in an area with 100% gun control as well, another gun-free zone. Perhaps he has not thought about the fact that the Aurora movie theater attack, the Lafayette movie theater attack, the Chattanooga attack on military personnel, the 2013 D.C. Navy Yard attack, and both attacks at Fort Hood in 2009 and 2014 took place in areas with 100% gun control via gun-free zone policies. Is any of this ringing true to any of you people? Do any of y'all understand and see this at this point? Do you liberals really understand now? No, you don't, because you can't. Okay, y'all are brainwashed. In all of these cases, 100% gun control did not usher in a culture of life, unquote. Rather, it provided an opportunity for those who wanted to cause death and mayhem while facing little or no resistance. Exactly. Chicago is a microcosm of this. City leaders have spent decades passing every gun control they can concoct, and now we find the criminals are well armed while innocent people cannot get the guns they need for self-defense. Yet Archbishop Cupich applauds city ordinances like those designed to, quote, tightly regulate gun stores in the city, although such regulation only affects law-abiding citizens. I have a hard time with this. I'm getting mad just reading this. It just makes me madder as I read it. At any rate, Breitbart News recently reported that the study of the University of Chicago Crime Lab shows that criminals are not getting their guns from gun stores, gun shows, or the internet, which happen to be the three avenues Democrats in D.C. are pushing to regulate most heavily. They walk around with their eyes closed, you know. They stick their head in the sand and they push laws they don't see in front of their faces what's really going on around them. Rather, they get their guns via personal connections on the streets, selling and buying drugs and making deals. It's obvious where guns come from, people. For these people, they can't get a gun legally. They're going to get it however way they can. At any rate, the bottom line is Chicago's gun control experiment has turned into a nightmare for law-abiding citizens who are now at the mercy of gangs and street criminals who acquire their weapons in ways gun controllers don't even address. More gun control is not going to change this for the better, but will only make things worse for those who follow the rules. In other words, darned if you do, darned if you don't do. I mean, what's the deal here? I mean, it just blows my mind. Are these people idiots? This fella, this archbishop, he's an idiot. I'm sorry, this man is an idiot. Okay, he's suggesting that we should give up our rights, like Hillary Clinton. Where's these people coming from? Does this sound like something that does God want us to lay down our guns and take it and die and not fight? No, he don't want us doing that. He wants us to stand up for what's right. He doesn't want us just to lay over, and like a lamb and get eaten by a wolf. That ain't the way it is. That ain't the way it works. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, don't let these people, fool you folks. All right, just don't let them fool you. They're just after you guns because they're getting paid to grab them. Okay, and once you get them out of our way and out of our hair, they're not going to be bothering us no more. It's just that simple. So, stand up for your rights. Stand up for the Second Amendment. Face them head on, and let's fight this. All right, that's it for tonight, and I want y'all to subscribe, like, comment if you can on Facebook and here on YouTube, and let's keep this thing rolling and help me out. All right, thank you very much, and I'll see you next video.